Cool. Giovanni, how
Yeah,
you doing, man?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah, I know it's been, what has it been, like a week or so since we
Yeah.
last talked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What's been going on?
Nothing much.
Yeah? How was, I know you had talked to me about meeting with your pops.
Yeah, I actually did already.
You did?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was great.
Really?
Yeah, we got along really well.
No way.
Yeah. We're
Tell
actually
me.
gonna meet up again in a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you had mentioned your mom was going to go with you, right?
Yeah, my mom was with me. He actually took my grandfather last minute too.
He took your grandfather?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had already met him, but
Yeah, you had told me about meeting your grandfather. How was that for you? How was that whole
It
experience?
was
Tell me.
great. I was really nervous because we went to Starbucks, the one in Broadway, near
Mhm.
Children's Mall.
Yeah.
We as soon as we got there, my grandfather was sitting outside in the outside tables,
Mhm.
and my dad wasn't there, so I was like, oh, he's probably in the bathroom. So I said hi to my grandpa. I gave him a hug and stuff.
Yeah.
My mom said hi to him. My mom said, can you go buy me a drink? I was like, okay. I went, and my grandpa gave me his card, his Starbucks card. He's like, here. I was like, no, it's okay. I got money. He insisted. So I was like, all right. I went to the store. I was ordering, and as I ordered, I turned around for some reason. I just happened to turn around, and I see my dad walking by. I was like, oh. And then he comes up to me. He's like, hey. And I'm like, oh, hi. And then it was really awkward because like we were just looking at each other for 5 seconds, and he just hugged me.
Wow.
And then he said, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just ordering some drinks for my mom. And yeah, he ended up paying for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the lady, even the cashier said it was cute. I was like, oh,
Yeah, something like that is.
yeah.
Okay. So how did the conversation go?
It was great. After that, we went outside. Oh, we were talking when we were waiting for the drinks and stuff. We were talking. He said, you know what? The things that happened between you and your mom have nothing to do with my relationship with you. And he said that he really cares about me. He really wants to make a relationship with me.
Yeah.
He wants to spend more time with me.
Oh.
And I said, yeah, it's great. I was happy. I was really nervous. Like, I was nervous, like, when I saw him right away, but then, like, after, like, a few minutes, I was like, you know what, I'm just cool with it now.
Yeah.
I just went along. And then once we were all outside talking, we all started laughing. We were talking about, my dad was asking me, what do you want to do when you're older? I told her, I told him, I want to go to college and study for this. And then make a transfer. He was like, oh, that's cool. Everyone wants me to do law enforcement. I don't want to.
Okay.
Everybody wants, my mom, she's been telling me, because in middle school, in 7th grade, I had this teacher who was a really great man. He always used to talk to me and give me lectures and stuff, but about life.
Yeah.
And he told me how life is going to be, and the real world's going to be different. And, I always listen to that,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he told me one day, he told me this one time I went to class, he told me, I want to talk to you. I was like, okay. We're talking. He said, he told me that he had a thought of me becoming a police officer. He wanted me to be in law enforcement. He said, I'll do a really great job at it. And he gave me websites and stuff to look at the police academy in Southwestern College. And yeah, I told my mom about that, and ever since then I've been wanting to be a police officer. But now I changed my mind. Now that I'm in high school now, ever since sophomore year, I wanted to do something else.
Okay.
I wanted to go to college, make a transfer, and study for voiceover acting or like cartoon animation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wanted to do that instead. I told my mom, she said, you know what, why don't you just stick with the police thing? And yeah, I just didn't want to for some reason.
Yeah.
Because I see things in the news and stuff that some bad things happen to cops and stuff. It's like scary, like scary being out there by yourself and stuff at night. So I told mom that. She's like, oh. And then when we were there with my dad, he told me, he's like, you should do it.
Yeah.
Because my mom was telling him everything and stuff.
Yeah.
He said, you should do it. You should do the voice acting because I love doing voices. I can do many voices I can. He told me I should just stick that as a hobby, but I don't want to. I actually want to make a career out of it. He said, go to law enforcement. Do law enforcement, and you can still continue doing your voices while you're doing it. And I said, yeah, sure. I'll think about it. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really want to do both for some reason. I want to do law enforcement, but then I don't. because it's really scary. It's a scary thing.
It can be, but it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
That. Tell me about the. I want to go back with the feeling of just seeing your family there, being together in a sense. How did that make you feel? Like reconnecting with your father, seeing your mother there, and your grandfather.
Made me feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It actually did. You know, when I was there, when we were outside, I just kept thinking, I can't believe it. I can't believe it actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought this day would come.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought he wanted me out of his life or something.
Yeah.
But then he started talking to me right there when we were outside too. He started telling me, you know what? He told me the same thing he told me when we were in the store.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not trying to push you away. I actually want to have a relationship with you and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you're my son, and I want to like get to know you more and be able to go out and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I like that. And like I mentioned before, like I have like 3 more brothers with him.
Yeah.
And he told me once the time goes by, I'll get to meet my brothers later on. Because I have 3 more brothers with my dad.
Yeah, you had mentioned that.
Yeah.
You mentioned that was something you wanted to do as well.
Yeah, I wanted to meet them.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that's something that you had shared with me about from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then to see now that coming alive and being there, just you sharing me about like what it meant to you and the conversations that you had, that's pretty powerful. It's very powerful. So I'm really, glad that's coming together for you. Let's go ahead and talk about, obviously, everyone's going to have a different opinion on life. Everyone's going to have their take on it. Everyone goes through different experiences. Well, the reason why we share those experiences, though, and those ambitions and ideas is because we want to give students and people that want to listen to us ideas, like a perspective, like an opportunity about, hey, there's this, there's that. Why don't consider this? Because as a student, you're dealing with everyday life. You're dealing with your identity. What you want, and it's kind of difficult to put all that together and then take the time to listen to someone else and tell me about their life story. And it's like, what about me? What about what I want to do? And you got to think of it as a positive, kind of like an ace in your card deck. Like, this is something that I know of because it was shared to me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep that information with me and consider it. It's not, because I could sit here and tell you about, I think I've done that already and shared with you my background and my experience, and then my goals that I had. But everyone is going to have their different ones. It's just on how you absorb it, how you're going to apply it to your goals. Now, you told me that you did have the goal to become a police officer, that was once there. But now, as you get older, life happens, life changes, and now you want to get into animation, which is, to you and to anybody else, other than your parents, would be like, hey, that's pretty cool. Like, animation, that's voiceovers, like gaming, things like that. Like, that's, like, things of that. I know some things of that. But, to parents, of course, they're always going to want the best for you. And so law enforcement, to them, your mom goes back to your mentor who talked about it. Of course she's going to want that for you. And your father, it's a great opportunity. Law enforcement is not, it's a big deal,
Yeah.
and it's a commitment. And you'll learn that as you go, as you get more involved into it, as you seek out opportunity, as you seek out research on it. Because now you're telling me you're aware of the Southwestern College Police Academy that they have there.
Yeah.
It's a great academy. It's well respected. It's notable. So to go there and come out of it, there's so many opportunities. When you get done with that police academy, you get a certification to be a campus police officer at a community college level and a university level.
Yeah, I've actually heard about that.
So there's training right there.
Yeah.
There's like, okay, that's my foot in the door. So if I want to take it further down the road, what's it gonna look like? What's it gonna take for me to become, a local community PD officer? If I want to consider Chula Vista, San Diego, or just travel up north and do something up there. So there's a lot of opportunities there. But I was also listening to your understanding of your goals. Like you said you want to go to Southwestern College, you want to transfer, and you want to get into a university that I would assume that has or is recognized for, animation.
Yeah.
Possibly, right?
Yeah.
Have you done that yet?
Done what?
Like research into?
Yeah, I actually have.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What can you tell me a little bit about some of those, maybe, or just one? Or
Yeah.
what
I don't remember. This is a while ago though.
Okay.
This is when I really, really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I still want to.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, I actually looked up. I looked up college, universities and colleges where they actually have classes for that, and I found a lot. Okay. I know that they have one in Southwestern.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think the other one was Mesa
College.
Mesa College.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I saw the universities.
Okay.
But some of the universities are really far.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I don't want either.
You want to stay here?
I want to stay here, but yeah.
Okay.
I heard there's one in Los Angeles, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't mind going over there, but it's just.
Well, you would assume LA is just plainly Hollywood and entertainment industry. Yeah. So you would think that there would be school out there. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's plenty of them. But that's where I challenge you to do the research on that. To seek that out and take the time to do that. Because the reason why I say that would be that it would give you a very different perspective on appreciating what you find. It would kind of grow. It would grow an interest. Like, okay, I looked this up. I found this. I like this. I'm gonna bring it to my counseling attention to the who your Ms. De Los Reyes or even myself.
Yeah.
You show us and say, hey, what do you think about this school? And that's where you and I would communicate with each other and get more further information. I mean, I could easily just type it up, and believe me, I want to. I think after this, I might even peek a little bit and see if I can find the scoop. But yeah, you would start off, if that's your goal and your ambition, and start off, at Southwestern or Mira Mesa, or just see what opportunities are out there available for you.
Yeah.
You definitely want to do that. But I also heard that you might have been torn a little bit from pleasing your parents and then trying to please yourself. What do you think you can do as a son, as a student, to maybe look into something like that or consider something like that? Or what ideas do you have about that? But wanting to be, them wanting you to become a police officer, and then you wanting to do what you want to do.
I don't know. It's just like my mom. She really likes law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
She had told me. I don't remember when. Mm-hmm. I remember one of her family members telling me something about her that she wanted to be in law enforcement, but I guess she couldn't.
Okay.
So yeah, she decided to do accounts payable or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's what she does.
Yeah.
At this one place in El Cajon.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of the company she works for, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like a lot of people, like my family really likes law enforcement stuff,
Yeah.
And I'm actually considering it.
Okay.
I want to do it, but then I have my doubts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about your doubts.
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I guess I'm scared doing it, because you're just alone at night.
Okay.
And you have a gun to protect you with. And it's a scary thing.
Yeah. You know what I think that might be a great opportunity for you, and I think as we continue meeting throughout the year, I'm going to be here to kind of support you and guide you and to making that transition of committing yourself to something, goal-wise, like an attainable goal, like ambition to say, okay, this is what I want to do when I leave Olympian High School. These are my goals. And that's my job to give to you when